So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix. Welcome to Unacademy. So in these sessions, we are going to start the communication system and you are going to study the communication system like never before. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared ESC examination 2 times, both times in double digit rank. And I have also served as a Group A Gazetted Officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. And I have also cleared a lot of public sector examinations. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy and I really feel proud to be the part of the Unacademy team, because Unacademy is the revolution in the field of free education and in the field of affordable education, and we as a team are really looking forward for every student to just come onto the Unacademy platform. You can attend the special classes, you can come onto this YouTube channel and you can stay connected with us so that you can understand the quality education and you can understand the efforts that we are putting in, so that every student of this country, whether he stays in a village or he stays in a town, should get the access of the content, that too in a very affordable prices, and he can also or she can also clear the examination with the best possible ranks. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy with more than 15 million watch minutes in the overall duration and 2 million watch minutes in the last 30 days. So I am right now the top educator in Unacademy across all the branches, having rank 4 right now. And you can also follow me on Unacademy on this particular link. So you can go and follow me on Unacademy. Apart from that, my advice to every student is that how should you crack the examination and what are the components to cracking the examination. So the first question that comes to the mind, that can anyone prepare from the YouTube? Yes, you can prepare from the YouTube, but you should develop or cultivate some habits in yourself. For example, you should be very much disciplined. You should arrange the extra resources. For example, the PDFs you have to arrange, the test series you have to arrange by yourself, and most importantly, that self-discipline you should be containing in yourself, so that you can be very corrective manner and you can approach the examination in the best possible manner. So all these things you have to arrange yourself. The sense of competitiveness you have to cultivate in yourself, because the audience on the YouTube are not that much of competitive in nature, or maybe you cannot feel the competition which is present right now. So all these things are the part of the journey if you want to prepare through the YouTube, or maybe if you want to prepare through the free resources. Apart from that, if you want that you should get complete content, then this is the YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel itself, all the free content are available. You just have to go to the playlist. All the subjects are completed there. You just have to go and watch all the lectures one by one. Definitely will be getting benefited. But the extra things that I have told you, that the self-discipline and the sense of competitiveness and a lot of things you have to arrange by yourself. If you are comfortable in that, then you can do that. Apart from that, you should also have Unacademy learning app, so that the special classes you can attend. A lot of educators in this country are actually providing the special classes, that too absolutely free of cost, so that you can get the quality content in the best possible manner. Apart from that, there is also another component for you, which is Unacademy Plus. So on Unacademy Plus, what is your job? You just have to study. If you join this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to worry about the crash courses, weekly test, doubt solving sessions, the language barrier, rank improvement batches, live classes. So all these things will be taken care by the Unacademy. You just have to take the Unacademy Plus subscription and you have to come on to the Unacademy. You will be daily getting the live classes. You will be getting the crash courses. When you will be getting the crash courses? When the syllabus are completed. You will be getting the weekly test in the form of quizzes. Every fourth class is the doubt solving session, which is the major you can say the component or the major impact will be creating on your studies will be this doubt solving group. Because until and unless your doubts are not being cleared, until and unless you are not able to clear your doubts, you will never get the confidence in the subject. So once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, every fourth class is doubt solving session. Apart from that, various other doubt solving sessions are going on. So ultimately you will be getting your doubts cleared and you will gain confidence in the subject. The language barrier will not be an issue, because the batches will be running both Hindi and in English, and rank improvement batches will also be there. So all these things are the component of this Plus subscription. Once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to be worried about your self-discipline, your competitiveness nature. Everything will be present on Unacademy, because a lot of other students will be there. Since the classes will be live, you can also watch it recorded later on. So the discipline automatically comes, because you get the idea that you will be having the daily live classes. Apart from that, there is also one iconic subscription. In this iconic subscription, the game changer is this personal coach. So this subscription is for them who thinks that their basics are weak, or those who are talented but they needs a continuous push. So this personal coach will be guiding you throughout your strategy. He will be giving you the study planners. You will be getting the study booster sessions. Once you will get the test, you will be getting the analytics. Analytics plays a major role in improving yourself. We as a teacher also get our analytics so that we can improve on the daily basis. So once you start getting the analytics, you will be also improving massively on the daily basis. Apart from that, there will also be the guidance for the mains once you clear the prelims, and there will also be the guidance for the interview once you clear the mains. So once you take the Iconic subscription, all the benefits of the Plus are included by default in this. And if you
Hello friends, welcome to this lecture of communication system. So in this class, we are going to study the process of the sampling, and before actually understanding the sampling, we must be aware of few basic terms such as analog signal, digital signal, and few other basic prerequisite. So let me discuss first of all an analog signal. What is an analog signal? A signal is called as analog signal. Signal is called as an analog signal when amplitude of the signal varies continuously. Which means if amplitude of the signal can take infinite number of values, when time is varied from minus infinite to plus infinite. So whenever amplitude of the signal can take infinite number of values, when time is varied from minus infinite to plus infinite, such signals are called as analog signal. So let me give you an example. So this is the example of an analog signal. So this is 0, and let me describe this point as P. Now if you will observe here, if you take this window of delta t, you can see that it can take infinite number of values in this particular window, or you can say that whenever time will be varied from minus infinite to infinite, it will take infinite number of values of amplitude. So on the basis of the values of amplitude, the signal is decided as analog or digital. So this signal is nothing but analog signal. Now let me sample this signal. So if I will sample this signal, after sampling from 0 to 5, I will get x of nts versus nts. So after sampling also, we'll have generally the sampling frequency is in kilohertz. Suppose 1 kilohertz. So the sampling interval become 1 millisecond. So this duration will be 1 millisecond. So here also, if I will choose a larger window delta t, then also I can have infinite number of values of amplitude in this delta t. So it can be also considered as analog signal. So whenever an analog signal is sampled, it remains analog signal. So I can call it as continuous time analog signal. And when it is sampled, so sampling basically converts continuous time into discrete time. So it converts it into discrete time analog signal. So by sampling, the analog nature of the signal does not change, which means if the amplitude was continuous earlier, then after the sampling also the amplitude will remain continuous, but the time axis will be changing and it will become discrete time from continuous time. Now let us try to understand what is a digital signal. So a signal is called as digital signal. A signal is called as digital signal when amplitude of the signal is discrete. What does it mean? It means the amplitude of the signal can take only finite number of values when time is varied from minus infinite to plus infinite. So a signal is called as digital signal when amplitude of the signal is discrete, or the amplitude of signal can take only finite number of values when time is varied from minus infinite to plus infinite. For example, if I will choose this signal is x of t. Now the graph of the signal is something like this. This value is a, this value is minus a. So from here you can see that whenever we will vary time for infinite duration, then it will have only two possible values of amplitude. One is plus a, another one is minus a. Since it is taking only discrete values of amplitude, so I can call it as digital signal. Now if I will sample my digital signal, then I will get x of nts versus nts. So this is the amplitude. Now the sampled signal will look something like this. So this will be the sampled signal, and from here you can see that the sampled signal is also taking only two discrete values. If I will vary the time from minus infinite to infinite, so it is taking only two values, a and minus a, and you can call it as continuous time digital signal, and this can be called as discrete time digital signal. So this is the idea behind an analog and digital signal. So let me give you a table. This is the time axis, this is the amplitude axis, and here I am writing the name of the signal. So I'm making the combination. Let me make time as continuous, continuous, discrete and discrete, and this amplitude as continuous, discrete, continuous, discrete. Now whenever the time is continuous, the signal is continuous time signal, and whenever the amplitude is continuous, it is an analog signal. So on the basis of the amplitude you can comment on the analog and digital nature, and on the basis of time you can comment on the continuous time and discrete time nature. Similarly, time is again continuous, so this signal will be continuous time signal, but the amplitude becomes discrete, so you can call it as a digital signal. Here time is discrete, so you can call it as discrete time signal, and amplitude is continuous, so you can call it an analog signal. Similarly, here time is also discrete, amplitude is also discrete. So when time is discrete, the signal becomes discrete time signal, and whenever the amplitude is discrete, it becomes the digital signal. So on the basis of it, you can comment on this. And another important point is that the sampling process converts continuous time signal into discrete time signal, and sampling process retains the analog or digital nature of continuous time signal. So whenever a continuous time signal is sampled, if it is analog, after sampling it remains analog, and if it is digital, after sampling it remains digital. Now let us have a brief discussion about how to calculate the Fourier transform of a periodic signal. So suppose x of t is periodic signal, with fundamental time period t0. So we can always calculate its Fourier series coefficient, and its Fourier series coefficient can be calculated as Cn. So to calculate the Cn, we can use the formula 1 by t0 x of t e to the power minus jn omega naught t dt, and to calculate C0, you can calculate 1 by t0 xt dt. Now, so to calculate the Fourier transform of a periodic signal, can use this formula. X omega will become summation of 2 pi Cn del of omega minus n omega naught. So it will be from n equal to minus infinite to infinite. You can also write the Fourier transform of x of t in terms of x of f as summation of n equal to minus infinite to infinite Cn del of f minus nf naught. So this also you can write. So these two formulas are very important. Now let us try to implement this formula for a standard signal, which is a periodic impulse train. So this is your x of t versus t, and this is the periodic impulse train. This value is 0, ts, 2 ts, this is minus ts, minus 3 ts, and let me assume all these values as 1. So you can see that x of t is periodic signal, and it has period t0 equal to ts and fundamental frequency omega naught equal to 2 pi by ts. And for periodic impulse train, we know that the Fourier series coefficient Cn comes out to be 1 by ts. So whenever we have to write its Fourier transform, so I can write first of all my x of t as del of t minus n ts, where n varies from minus infinite to infinite. Now if I have to write its Fourier transform, so I can write x omega as summation of 2 pi Cn del of omega minus n omega s, and n varies from minus infinite to plus infinite. So we know the value of this Cn So I can write it as 2 pi by Ts del of omega minus n omega s. So this is the value of x omega. Alternatively, we could have written the value of x of f as summation of n equal to minus infinite to infinite 1 by Ts del of f minus n fs. So I can draw the diagram that if I know my x of t, then very clearly I can draw its Fourier transform either in omega domain or in f domain. So this is the periodic signal in time domain. This is 0, Ts, 2Ts, 3Ts, minus Ts, minus 2Ts. This value becomes 1. And the impulse train which comes out to be here is present at 0, omega s, 2 omega s, 3 omega s. This is minus omega s, minus 3 omega s, and its area can be written as 2 pi by Ts. Similarly, in the f domain also you can write the impulse train which is at 0, fs, 2fs, 3fs. This will be minus fs, minus 2fs, and its peak value will become 1 by Ts or fs. So I can say that my signal x of t contains all the frequencies which is 0, fs, 2fs, 3fs and so on. So it will contain all the frequencies which are integer multiple of sampling frequencies. So now let us understand the sampling of low pass signals. So before that, we will understand what is a low pass signal. So we know that the low pass signal has lower cutoff frequency exactly equal to 0 are known as low pass signals, and baseband signals which has lower cutoff frequency either 0 or very close to 0. So this we have understood in the basics. So suppose if we have signal x of t versus t in time domain, something like this. This is x of t versus t, and if this x of t versus t is low pass signal, then the spectrum of a general low pass signal can be assumed as x of omega versus omega, and you can assume the spectrum something like this. This is minus omega m, this is 0, this is omega m, and this point is x of 0. So this peak value is x of 0. Sometimes it is also called as that x of t is band limited to omega m radians per second, and if I would have drawn it in x of f domain, then you can draw it like this: minus fm to fm, this is x of f, and this is x of 0. So you can call it as it is x of t is band limited to fm hertz. So basically we are interested in the sampling of a low pass signals which are band limited to some particular frequency. So these are the definitions of the band pass these are the definitions or the low pass signals or the band limited signals. Now if we want to do the sampling of low pass signals then what we can assume is to sample a low pass signal, say x of t, it is multiplied with carrier train. So this x of t is low pass signal, and I am assuming c of t as carrier train. Now this carrier train can be of several types, such as it may be impulse train, it may be rectangular pulse train, it may be triangular pulse train, etc. So there may be different types of pulse train. So the impulse train, which we recently discussed, the rectangular pulse train and the triangular pulse train. So the impulse train might look something like this. This is the impulse train. We may also use a rectangular pulse train, which is a periodic pulse train, and we can also use a triangular pulse train. So there may be different types of pulse train which can be used to multiply the given time domain signal in order to sample it. Now, if the carrier train is impulse train, then the name of the sampling becomes instantaneous or ideal sampling. So the name becomes instantaneous or ideal sampling. Similarly, if we use rectangular pulse train, then it becomes natural sampling and flat top sampling. So whenever the carrier train is used as impulse train, then the name of the sampling becomes instantaneous or ideal sampling, and when the carrier train is used rectangular pulse train, the sampling becomes natural sampling or flat top sampling. So basically, what are the types of the sampling which we should study? So we should study basically two types of sampling. First one is low pass or baseband sampling, and second one is band pass sampling. In low pass sampling, we have to study three types of sampling. First one is instantaneous sampling, then we have to study natural sampling, and then we have to study the flat top sampling. So these are these three types of sampling. So first of all, let us start the instantaneous sampling. So for the instantaneous sampling, first of all, I will perform the time domain analysis. then we will understand about the frequency domain analysis. So first of all, let us discuss the time domain analysis. We know that we are studying the instantaneous sampling of low pass signals. Since the sampling is instantaneous, so the carrier pulse train will be impulse train. Now, suppose this is your low pass signal in time domain. This is the low pass signal in time domain. It will have spectrum of something like this. So this is the low pass signal, and it will have spectrum of minus FM to FM, and at 0 it will have X of 0. So this X of t can be considered as low pass signal. Now since we are interested in frequency domain analysis, so what we will do, we will multiply this signal with carrier train. So this is the carrier train. The carrier train is impulse train. So let me draw the impulses. These are the impulses. And let me define these instances as 0. These are the carrier pulse trains. So I can write these durations as 2ts, 3ts, 4ts, minus ts, minus 2ts, and these values becomes 1. So I can make these instances like this. So this is also ts, this is 2ts, this is 3ts, 4ts, minus ts and minus 2ts, and so on. So this value will become X of 0, this is X of ts, this is X of 2ts, X of 3ts, this value becomes X of 4ts, this is X of minus ts, X of minus 2ts. Now I want to multiply these two signals. So I want to multiply it here, and I want to obtain yt. So yt becomes X of t into ct. So this C of t can be written as summation of del of t minus nts, where n varies from minus infinite to infinite. So I want to multiply it. We know that whenever an impulse signal is multiplied with any signal, then we can always use the multiplication property. So we know that X of t into del of t minus t naught becomes equal to X of t naught del of t minus t naught. So what we are doing here is we are multiplying this signal X of t to impulse. So the impulse area, which is 1 in this case, will get modified to the sample's value. So at this point it becomes an impulse which has area of X of 0. Similarly, at this ts instance, so this is 2ts, 3ts, 4ts, minus ts, minus 2ts. The area of this impulse become X of ts. This is X of 2ts, X of 3ts, X of 4ts, minus ts and minus 2ts. So basically what you did, you when you multiplied this signal x of t, this carrier train, you basically sampled this signal, which means you sampled this signal at minus ts, at 2ts, at 0, at ts, 2ts, 3ts and 4ts. So you produced the sample at ts, which was x of ts at the output. Then the signal remains absent from this ts to 2ts. Then again at 2ts, you transferred this sample value x of 2ts to the output, which is this, and then again from 2ts to 3ts it remains absent, and so on. So you can say that whenever you multiplied your x of t with this carrier train, you basically sampled these signals, or you observed your samples at ts, 2ts, 3ts instances and produced these samples at the output. So basically you converted a continuous time signal into a discrete time signal, because at this point of time the signal is existing from 0 to ts, from ts to 2ts, from 2ts to 3ts, but here it is existing at discrete time instances, which is 0, ts, 2ts, 3ts, and you sampled your continuous time signal at the integer multiple of sampling intervals, which is ts, 2ts, 3ts and so on. So let me give you a mathematical overview what we did exactly. So we had this x of t which is a low pass signal, and we had a carrier train which was del of t minus ts. Now we obtained the y of t, which is our sampled signal. So this y of t can be written as x of t into c of t. You can write it as x of t del of t minus nts. Since the limit is at n and this function is function of time, so I can write it as x of t del of t minus ts, which is from minus infinite to infinite. This is your yt, this is yt, this is also yt. Let me apply the multiplication property here. So I will get t equal to nts and I will put this value here. So it becomes minus infinite to infinite x of nts del of t minus nts. This is the sampled signal. Now if you will observe your sampled signal, then it is nothing but x of minus 2ts del of t plus 2ts plus x of minus ts del of t plus s plus x of 0 del of t plus x of ts del of t minus ts plus x of 2ts del of 2 minus ts and so on. So if you will draw the graph of your y of t, you will again get the same graph which I drawn when I was multiplying this signal. So this is your t, this is your y of t. So it is basically following the amplitude of the signal. This was your x of t. So the spectrum will look like, the y of t will look like the sampled version of your x of t, and these samples are obtained at integer multiple of sampling interval, which is 2ts, 3ts, 4ts up to infinite, minus ts, minus 2ts, minus 3ts. This value becomes x of 0, this is x of ts, this is x of 2ts, minus ts, minus 2ts and so on. So this yt is your sampled signal in time domain. Now let us perform the frequency domain analysis. So for frequency domain analysis, we know that the Fourier transform of x of t is x of f. Similarly, the Fourier transform of c of t will be c of f, and y of t is x of t into c of t, and its Fourier transform will be x of f convolution c of f. So this much we know. Now we know that Fourier transform of x of t can be written as x of f. C of t is an impulse train which is del of t minus nts, and we had calculated its Fourier transform C of f as summation of n equal to minus infinite to infinite fs del of f minus nfs. Now yt is nothing but x of t into ct. So I can write it as x of t into del of t minus nts. So its Fourier transform will be x of f convolution with c of f. So I can write it as x of f convolution with n equal to minus infinite to infinite fs del of f minus nfs. Since fs is constant, so I can take it as output. It becomes minus infinite to infinite x of f convolution with del of f minus nfs. We know that this convolution will result in x of f minus nfs. So you basically obtained a Fourier transform which is yt equal to xt into del of t minus nts, which is n from minus infinite to infinite, and this Fourier transform becomes summation of n equal to minus infinite to infinite fs x of f minus nfs. So this becomes fs into x of f minus nfs. So you can also remember two important Fourier transform results. So first one is that if any signal x of t is multiplied with impulse train, you should directly remember its result as summation of fs del of f minus fs, where n varies from minus infinite to infinite. Second result you can also remember. You can multiply this x of t inside the summation. So it will become x of nts del of t minus nts. It will have Fourier transform as minus infinite to infinite fs del of f minus, sorry, this will be fs into x of f minus nfs. Similarly here also will be fs into x of f minus nfs. So these two results are very important and you should remember this also. Similarly, you can derive the result for omega also, which means if x of t has Fourier transform as x omega, c of t has Fourier transform as c omega, then I can write yt equal to ct into x of t as y omega equal to 1 upon 2 pi x omega convolution c omega. Now we know that x of t will have Fourier transform x omega. C of t is having impulse train which is del of t minus nts from minus infinite to infinite. This will have Fourier transform c omega which is 2 pi by ts del of omega minus n omega s. Now if I will multiply this yt into ct, sorry, this xt into ct in order to get the yt, so I will get 1 upon 2 pi x omega convolution c omega. So you can write it as 1 upon 2 pi x omega convolution with n equal to minus infinite to infinite 2 pi by ts del of omega minus n omega s. So this 2 pi can be written outside. So you can write it as 2 pi by 2 pi this is summation n equal to minus infinite to infinite x omega by ts convolution del of omega minus n omega s. So you can also write it as fs, this 1 by ts becomes fs, and n equal to minus infinite to infinite x of omega minus n omega s. So here also you can remember this result that yt equal to x of t into impulse train del of t minus nts, which is n equal to minus infinite to infinite, and this can be written as y omega equal to fs summation of x of omega minus n omega s, where n varies from minus infinite to infinite. So this is another important result which you should remember in terms of omega also. So finally you should remember these two results, that the spectrum of the sampled signal where n varies from minus infinite to infinite can be written as yf, which is fs x of f minus nfs, and y omega fs n equal to minus infinite x of omega minus n omega s. So you should finally remember these two results for the sampled signal. So in the next class we will see the frequency domains spectral analysis for this sampled signal. Thank you.
So hopefully we have understood every concept in this class. If you have any doubt in any concept, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll try to resolve that thing. Apart from that, you can also follow me on various social media platforms. For example, you can join this Telegram group where you will be getting important notification, important updates. This is Telegram group where you can also comment, you can ask your queries, or maybe you can also suggest me for the improvement. Apart from that, this is my Unacademy profile. On this Unacademy profile, you should also follow me so that you can get the important updates of the Unacademy also, right? And this is the Notion page. You just have to type this tiny.cc/Vishalgate. So you will be redirected to a page where all the special classes are arranged very systematically. तो मैंने बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स पे स्पेशल क्लास ले रखी है. फॉर एग्जांपल नाइक्विस्ट, फूरियर सीरीज, latches and flip flop, double integrations, okay, lot of things are there. So you will be getting all these concepts absolutely free of cost. You just have to type this in your URL, you will be redirected to that page and attend these lectures one by one. You will be getting a next level confidence in these topics that I can guarantee you. Now this is the Notion page of your YouTube, on which you will be getting the links of the YouTube. Apart from that, you will be also getting the PDFs of that particular lecture. So this is very important for you, and just you have to type http://bit.ly/gatelive. So gatelive, you just have to type it in the capital so that you can access all the lectures link and PDF arranged systematically. So if you want to attend or you want to clear the examination with the free resource, then this is the channel for you. This is the best recorded videos which has been ever made. You just have to go to that lecture, just click the link and download the PDF and start studying systematically. So we have also done this for you so that any student, whether he is sitting any part of this country, should not face the difficulty in cracking the examination, whether he can afford or he cannot. Now if you can afford, then the subscription prices are not something which you cannot pay. It is very nominal amount which you can pay, and you can just avoid all the distractions, all the time wastage which we will be doing in downloading those PDFs, arranging them, arranging for the test series, and a lot of other things that you have to arrange, doubt solvings you have to arrange by yourself. If you want to avoid all those distractions in a very nominal amount, so you can go for the Unacademy Plus subscription. For 12-month subscription, you have to pay only 74 rupees per day. Apart from that, for 18-month subscription, which is the best possible subscription, you have to pay 63 rupees per day. It is even lesser than the pizzas that you order on your home. So it is that much of amount that can shape your career, that can give you the best possible rank in the examinations under the guidance of the best teachers of the country, which has been right now placed on the Unacademy. Now 24-month subscription will cost you 54 rupees per day. So these subscription amounts will give you the subscription for the desired period. Apart from that, if you are using this code, you just have to remember this code, write my name, write GATE after it. You can also write ESC after it. So you have to write my name and write ESC after it. So any one of these code, once you apply, you will be immediately getting the 10% discount. You will be getting all the features of the Unacademy. You will be getting the guidance of all the teachers present on Unacademy, and everything you will be getting that is needed to crack the examination once you are using this code. So if you think we are working hard, we are giving our best content, we are giving the free content absolutely for you guys, and everything that is needed for every student to crack the examination. So never forget to use this code whenever you are taking the subscription. So this code is very important and you have to use every time you are taking the subscription. Now those who are interested for the prices, total price amount, so let me tell you, total price is 27,225 for 12 months, 34,650 for 18, and for 24 months it is 39,600. You can also pay this by using zero cost EMI. Zero cost EMI can be paid by credit card and debit card. In debit cards, there are only Bajaj and HDFC as of now available. Okay, so this zero cost EMI means you do not have to pay anything extra. Any interest is not, you should not pay, and you have to pay this much of amount on the daily basis if you are looking for the zero cost EMI option. Apart from that, if you are coming for Iconic subscription, so Iconic mein, I have already told you that your personal coach will be the game changer. He will be he will be basically following you to give you the guidance so that you can get the success in a very short span of time. So he will be following you, he will be pushing you every time. Now once you use this coupon code, this will be costing you around 45,225, and if you are using this coupon code, write my name, GATE after it, you will be getting the 24-month subscription of Iconic in 66,600 rupees. Fine. Apart from that, every one of you should follow this GATE aspirant group, and there also some important notification always comes. Now what are the YouTube channels that you should immediately subscribe? This Creatrix, this is the channel on which you are present. This is Unacademy GATE questions, where previous year questions has been solved by the educators. So you'll be getting all the previous year questions video solution apart from the PDF also. This is the Electrical Junction channel, where you will be getting the important concepts of EC and electrical, and this is Engineering Pathshala, where you will be getting some practical aspect of the videos, some animated videos that will enhance your ability to think. So these are the channels which you should immediately subscribe so that you can get a better content. Fine. Now these are my some YouTube videos which I have created for you. In all of these videos will give you some motivation, guidance, content, and some strategy. So these are hand-picked videos. You can immediately follow these videos. Okay, so thank you so much. And those who are coming on this channel, immediately share all the content which is present on this channel. We are working very hard for you guys, so this is your responsibility that you should share this channel, you should subscribe this channel, also share the link of this channel, link of the videos, link of the educator whom you follow, so that every student who is needy, they can come onto this channel and they can get the best possible rank. So all the best everyone, let's crack it.